bring this right back to you, John, talking about automation, because we've got our automated marketing platform, which can basically not only, just send stuff out based on time, which is, fundamental, but also based on customer behavior, right? So if we can see somebody checking out Auto Trader and maybe putting their trade into Kelley Blue Book, and when we have an idea of what their equity is, start sending them some messages. Why don't we dive into that?
Yeah, so when we're talking about automated marketing, AMP, it's a product that a lot of dealers don't truly understand its benefit. I can't tell you how many times I've been on a phone call with a dealer, and they've told me, "Well, I don't think I need it." I'm like, "Well, why, Mr. Dealer?" Well, because it's telling me that I've got leads and that I've got car deals that are coming from AMP that didn't actually come from AMP. Well, how do you know? Right? I asked them, how do you know? And I get the same stare that you just gave me. Because
they don't see it working.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's behind the scenes.
It's behind the scenes, right? It's one of those tools that it's not about, that consistent sales approach. It's the relationship. It's staying in touch with. It's you can use AMP in so many different ways. A lot of folks don't even understand. Surveys from service, right? You can create a lead source from a survey. How does the customer feel about your dealership service department? That's a pain point for a lot of dealers, right? I mean, that is an absolute pain point. Oh, my service managers just, I get heat cases from service all the time.
Well, the key piece of AMP is the M in AMP, the marketing. And the key thing of marketing is called frequency. And frequency is how many times someone hears or sees something more than 3 or 4 times.
Yep.
I can list off a couple.
I think I know where you're going.
Right? We all know, and everybody listening, this isn't a plug or anything, but you can save 15% or more by switching your car insurance to
Geico.
Everyone kind of knows it's Geico. You hear it and you see it, and it's everywhere, in billboards, on TV, and the radio. And
there's a good-looking little lizard.
That is high frequency. So AMP, Automotive Marketing Platform, does that based on the customer's buying habits, mileage habits, service habits, ownership habits, equity habits, leasing, term, high interest rates. There's thousands of different scenarios that in the background, it's firing messages to these people when it creates the opportunity for it to do so.
And every time the OEM updates an incentive or a program,
you
don't have to have your salesperson call you and say, "Guess what? GM just came out with employee pricing for everybody." No, you set out a marketing piece for that.
I think, one thing that really sticks out for AMP for me is just the idea of prospecting. The old way of doing it is like, here's a list of people to call and tell them it's their car's birthday. And, 95% of them have no interest in you calling them, have no interest in buying a car at this very moment.
I'll tell you a secret, 95% of our salespeople aren't even going to call them.
Yeah, exactly. But with AMP, it's giving you, a list of people to call who have interacted with an offer, who have gone in and visited your website, who have shown interest in a deal. All of a sudden, you've got a smaller list, but it's people who are interested in what you have to sell. So not only are your salespeople happier, but the customers you're calling, they're not as annoyed by you because you're calling them with something that they're interested in versus, "Oh, man, you're interrupting me and it's my kid's birthday and what, you want me to sell me a car?" Click.
It's day to day. I get on calls with dealers.
Yeah.
My salespeople, the overdue task, they're always coming up to me. I got too many tasks. It's not that they don't have. It's not that. It's just that they're not completing them.
Yep.
They're not doing
it
the
could be an
JOB.
overload of tasks too.
Oh, that could be that.
With AMP to complement the conversation, I see a lot of AMP really helping out the service department as well.
Yeah,
that's an untapped market that most people don't spend a lot of time doing. And based on the mileage and the last RO date, it really ramps up. And I've seen a lot of great things coming from the service side of things, which is just
love it.
Positive cash flow.
And